Welcome to a self-published author's diary. I am Elodie Novodatsky. I write about first times, second chances, things that scare the crap out of me, and things that make me laugh out loud. I'll be speaking with you and sharing my adventures in self-publishing, the behind the scenes of writing, and the business side of it. Hello, it's May 12th as I'm recording this. It's going to be a very short episode. I actually had recorded an episode on February 23rd, which I have not released yet, and I just realized that I have not edited it. It's about KU all wide, like the verses is not necessarily true, I feel, because I'm going to be an author who is with my pen name on KU and with my Elodie Novodatsky name, I am wide, which means I'm on a lot of different e-retailers and I am not in Kindle Unlimited, since KDP Select, which is Kindle Unlimited, requires the authors to be exclusive to Kindle Unlimited. And for my Elodie Novodatsky books, I like them to be wide and available in libraries and all of that. So anyhow, I had recorded an entire episode about this, and it's sitting on my draft. And also, it's May, and I have not published a new episode since January. So here I am. And today I'm just going to be doing a very, very quick recap of some happy and some, I'm trying to share the positive and the not so positive of self-publishing. When it comes to something that is positive, I am continuing to gain new readers in my Kindle Vella. I also have received bonuses in February and in March. In March, it was way lower than it had been in previous months, but still much more than what I would have made without using Kindle Vella. And I am still earning a part-time income right now with my writing, which is great. However, it's still not stable enough for me to not worry when I have a day where I don't earn any money, for example, on Amazon, and only earn a few dollars on the other e-retailers. And yesterday was one of those days. And you may wonder, but Elodie, why are you sharing that yesterday you earned $0 on Amazon? And I feel like maybe it's going to be helpful to somebody listening to this, that even after, it might be helpful or it might be depressing, hopefully helpful, that even after a few years, when I am earning right now a part-time income, there are certain days where I still don't earn anything on some platforms. And trust me, yesterday evening, I was feeling pretty down about it because I've had days where I was earning $30, $40 on Amazon, and so just on Amazon, and then, I need to add the other e-retailers. And Kobo was starting to do pretty well for me, as well as Google Play. I was getting sales every day, and then suddenly, no more sales. And it's not like I'm running ads. So I did run ads for one of my French books last month, and it was definitely helping in having some sales. But right now, some of my sales just are very organic, especially when it comes to my bilingual books. People must be searching for bilingual books online, and they find it and they order it. Or I had a bunch of people starting to read some of my books in French, like the Perma-Free. And they go on and buy the second one. And the same in English. They read my Perma-Free and then they buy the second one in the series. Or I had done a lot of TikTok videos a couple of weeks ago, and I had seen a difference in sales. Just with videos even reaching like 300 views, 400 views, I think even with 250 views, I had at least one sale. And then when I had videos who shot to 9,000 views, I had a few more sales, and then those readers sometimes bought the first one in the series as well, or even pre-ordered the next one in the series. But I think this is what happened yesterday, is that I had zero sales. The accent there was a bit weird. Zero sales. And that one of my pre-orders got cancelled for most eligible Scrooge. So I had a reader deciding they no longer wanted my book, and I had 0 sales. And so yesterday was a rough day when it comes to checking how the business is going. And yeah, I just wanted, as I said, to share both the positive and the negative days or moments of self-publishing. When it comes to the positive today is that I got at least one sale today, and I sold a book on Barnes & Noble's, an ebook, which for me, Barnes & Noble's, I'm still trying to get readers from that particular retailer, and I was very happy to see that my perma-free, that there was a read-through and that somebody actually purchased Always Second Best on Barnes & Noble. When it comes to my Kindle Vella, I now have comments enabled, because everybody I think now have comments enabled, and I started to get my first comments on Kindle Vella, and the comments were good. It was readers were excited about the story, who wanted me to update more often, who were commenting on the storyline, which I thought was so cool. And I gained new followers, and I have quite a few new readers as well. And I'm starting to plan my 3rd Kindle Vella series. And yeah, so I have quite a few things going on right now. I am still writing the newsletter magnet for Most Eligible Scrooge, so the prequel. And I'm almost done with that. I should be done with it next week. Once that's done, I'm going to go straight ahead in continuing to draft Most Eligible Scrooge, but I think it's going to be easier because now I'm going to have the backstory of the characters much more present in my mind, and I already know them. And once I know the characters, it's much easier to write their stories. And it's also going to avoid like the thing that happens a lot to me, which I start writing and then realize that, oh, actually, that's not who my character is. And then I have to start writing again. So right now it should go faster for Most Eligible Scrooge. And I'm also drafting my 2 Kindle Vella stories and planning my 3rd Kindle Vella story. And I will try to come back and update you on myself and some of the positive sides of self-publishing in very shortly. I'm not going to try to wait 5 months before coming back and recording an episode. And I also have so many classes that I want to take and share with you. Theodora Teller has opened her, I think it's called the Butter class. I would have to check the name of the class, but I really want to take her class. And it's about like universal fantasy and how to add butter to your writing. And I really, really, really enjoyed her audiobook. And I think she's actually coming to the Maryland Romance Writers in June, and that's a meeting I absolutely do not want to miss. I haven't been able to go to a lot of the Maryland Romance Writers meetings recently because my husband and I studied improv, which is great, but is not the topic of the day. And I need to write to her and see if she accepts payment plans for her class, because in terms of my budgeting, this is not something I can do right now, but I could do if it's in several months payment. So that's something that I'm going to look at. And Ennis Johnson also has a class, and Leslie Penelope also has a class right now. So the 3 of them have classes, and I can't take all of 3 right now, but those are on my list. I also want to take a new webinar from Margie Lawson, and I want to take the Write Better Faster class from Becca Syme. I did the Strengths for Writers, which was very, very helpful, and I've been, looking more at how I can enhance my strengths, which is actually very fun to do. Sometimes can be frustrating when I feel like I'm trying to do certain things and maybe, or not frustrating, maybe more insightful. Like I've been much better at not doing things just because I think they could work, but I know that it's like an investment up front and I need to focus first on the things that I do know work. So for example, I'm not currently doing any audiobooks, and the reason why is because I still did not recoup all my investment when it comes to audiobooks. And so that's not something I'm going to be pursuing right now in terms of Sweets for Love and all those things. I am going to try to, and I'm hesitating with this, but like maybe do AI audiobooks for the ones that I would have recorded myself. So for the French audiobooks is something that I'm thinking about, because for that, like there are two of them where I would not hire a narrator to do them. I was going to do them myself, because I also do narrate books in French. I haven't done that in forever, but it's something that I'm looking at, because Google Play does AI audiobooks right now that you can work, directly on Google Play, and you don't have to pay any fee up front. And then if I earn money, then I could actually hire a narrator to record those books instead of me, because I don't have the time for it. But I could invest the money that I possibly could make and then use that to hire one of the narrators that I worked with before, who I really loved working with because I think she's great. But again, right now I do not have the money for it. I don't have enough of, I don't want to invest that money up front, because right now I'm not recouping that money in terms of investment. So this is something that business-wise I need to think about. And there has been a lot of discussion about AI too. And I don't know if you've listened to the Creative Pen. She has several podcast episode about AI, which I found pretty interesting. And the dog is snoring next to me right now, and I need to go grocery shopping and do quite a few other things. But I wanted to pop back on and say hi and see how is everybody doing. And don't hesitate to send me an email at author.elodinowodatsky@gmail.com. And my last name is spelled Nowod's dog Azkij. If you are wanting to support me in my books, they are available wide, and I also have audiobooks. And I just hope that you're having a wonderful day, and I wish you a wonderful weekend if you're listening to this on Friday when I publish it. This episode will not be edited, so crossing my fingers that it's still going to be enjoyable to listen. And I wanted to say happy writing to all writers out there, and to everybody. Happy reading.